We will be discussing some aspects of 2 of the 4 P's of marketing in this presentation. By the end of the presentation, you should understand what a new product introduction process is, also called NPI, as well as be conversant on the various types of pricing of products. You should also be able to create objectives, strategies, and tactics for a marketing plan. Every year, there are huge trade shows where companies reveal all the latest new products in hopes of drawing interest from distributors, dealers, and prospective customers. There are auto shows, electronic shows, and agricultural shows, just to name a few. Most manufacturing companies participate in one or more of the various product expos around the globe. Companies are continually improving existing products to introduce the latest, all-new models. What many people do not see or even think about is all the work that was involved in the design, development, and introduction of those new products. Introduction of new products that consumers want requires correct and thorough information, time, and dedicated resources from the entire organization. The companies that are most successful at the development and launch of a new or revised product follow an organized and well-planned process. A new product introduction process, also known as NPI, helps bring all the right resources together at the right time. In today's highly competitive market, companies must develop the right product at the right time and at the right cost. Developing and following a robust NPI process can denote the difference between success and failure. A new product introduction program encompasses all the activities within an organization to define, develop, and launch a new or improved product. The product could be something tangible, as in the case of a new model automobile, or intangible, as in a particular service offered. In some cases, NPI activities begin after design and development and merely deal with the product production, launch, and marketing. The NPI process can vary greatly from organization to organization. In some cases, it actually varies within different divisions of the same company. For an NPI process to succeed, it must have full, active support of upper management in all divisions and departments. An effective NPI program involves a large amount of cross-functional communication and teamwork. This is an example of an NPI process at one time used at 3M Company. Previous to its introduction in the early 2000s, every division in 3M had their own way of creating and launching new products. This new system, similar to processes created by Robert Cooper's stage-gate process, provided consistency across the company and provided efficiencies when employees would move to other divisions in that they already understood the basics of the NPI process, which is the lifeblood of the 3M Company. This process was created with 7 phases, and after each phase was completed, the cross-functional team would present their work to management to get approval to move forward to the next phase. The process starts with performing market research and identifying possible new product concepts. That happens in the idea and concept phase. The concepts are evaluated and analyzed both by customers and the company. Once 1 or 2 concepts have been decided on, the process moves forward to feasibility phase, where manufacturing evaluates the ability to cost-effectively make the product, as well as supply chain, marketing, sales, and other functions. Also, customers are often asked to give input on the final product concept. Then it moves on to the development phase, where the company is committed to launch this product and the various functions involved are working towards that end. And the launch phase is where all the steps to launching the product take place, including final sales training and marketing communications and manufacturing and filling the pipeline to have the product available as soon as the product launches. The post-launch phase incorporates the whole first year after the launch to review with the team what worked, what didn't work, and what is needed to do next time. However, when taken step by step, there was concern that this process could take too long. Modifications have since been made to streamline the process and streamline time to market. While the NPI process at 3M is no longer the same, it did bring a corporate standard and discipline to the new product development process and a new level of cross-functional teamwork that still exists today. Our next point of discussion is another one of the 4 P's, price. Price is the amount of money charged for a product or service. It is the sum of all the values that a customer gives up to gain the benefits of having or using a product or service. Price is one of the most important elements that determines a firm's market share and profitability. Price is the only element in the marketing mix that produces revenue. All other elements represent costs. A company's costs take 2 forms, fixed and variable. Fixed cost, also known as overhead, are costs that do not vary with production or sales level. Variable costs vary directly with the level of production. Although these costs tend to be the same for each unit produced, they are called variable costs because the total varies with the number of units produced. This diagram is a very good summary of 3 major pricing strategies: customer value-based pricing, cost-based pricing, and competition-based pricing. If customers perceive that a product's price is greater than its value, they won't buy the product. If the company prices the product below its cost, profits will suffer. Between the 2 extremes, the right pricing strategy is the one that delivers both value to the customer and profits to the company. The floor price is the lowest price that can be offered and provide profits to the company. Below this price, the company will not make any profit. And the ceiling price is the highest price the customer will pay. The marketer has the space in between these 2 price points to create the pricing strategy. There are key inputs into the pricing decisions, including pricing and strategies of the competitive products, the marketing strategies, and the product mix. Part of the strategy is to decide if you want to launch the product with skimming pricing or penetration pricing. These are all key considerations in putting a price on a product. It's also important to remember that it is often easier to reduce the price of a product once it is in the market than to increase it. This slide shows the pricing strategy of one of the first iPhones, as well as the product adoption process. As a new innovative product, it was launched with a skimming pricing strategy of $599. Being a very new product, Apple felt it could get this price from the innovators in the market, those people who always want the first and newest product. 6 months later, the 8-gigabyte iPhone was reduced to $399 to gain more market share, and they also launched a 16-gigabyte phone for $499. A year later, the price of each phone was dropped by $200. And another year later, when the life cycle of that product was finished and many more versions had been launched, that iPhone could be purchased for $49. Looking at this slide with pricing strategy and tactics in the center and gray boxes all around it, what does it mean? I'll give you a minute to read it and figure it out. It is basically telling you that all these items in the gray boxes have input into the product pricing and strategy and tactics, and the pricing and strategy and tactics have input into each of the gray boxes. For example, if the product attributes are unique and/or expensive to create, the business can put a higher price on this product. And conversely, if there is a higher price on this product versus competitive products on the market, then there needs to be some product attribute that the market sees as valuable enough to command that high price. Consider these two pricing scenarios. How would you price the product? The first situation is a high-quality healthcare product being launched into 3 healthcare provider segments. The product is new to the world with a high-cost structure. It has no direct competition, but quite a bit of indirect competition. The product will be sold through our current channels, but only via selected members. This product is fulfilling a new and distinct need in the market, so the promotion will include sampling of the product, advertisements in trade magazines, and will require intense sales rep training. What pricing strategy would you expect to be used with this product? If your response is value-based pricing or prestige pricing, you would be correct. The second scenario is that the product is a revitalization of an existing product with significant competition and a low-cost structure. The product will be sold into many segments, and some of them are overlapping. This product will be sold via our present channel with intensive distribution. It is an outstanding alternative to those currently in the market without sacrificing quality. It will require heavy advertising to make customers aware of the product, with trade promotions to the channel and sampling to potential customers. What pricing strategy would you expect to be used on this new product? If you said competitive pricing, you would be correct. It would not be cost pricing because of the heavy promotional activity as well as intense distribution. Another important consideration in your pricing decisions is your channel strategy. The marketer has identified the best price for the product in the market, but you have to think about your channel strategy. The channel design is an important part of the pricing strategy. Each channel partner is expecting a percentage of the price. So if you have multiple channel partners, as shown in this graphic, then the marketer must design the pricing strategy with these partners in mind, as well as receiving the profit margin the manufacturer desires. The margins should reflect the customer value added by the channel partner. Now let's talk about objectives, strategies, and tactics. Objectives, strategies, and tactics are part of most strategic plans and marketing plans. This slide defines the 3 to help you create a marketing plan. Objectives are what you want to accomplish, the end result you want to achieve. For a first-year marketing plan, it might be increasing awareness of the product in your target market to X%. Your strategies will tell what you will do to achieve those objectives, and your tactics are the specific actions or tools you will use to reach that strategy. You will need to identify these as to what you are trying to do with this product or service in the marketplace, and what marketing tactics you will use to achieve your objectives. Be sure to align your tactics to go with which strategy, and which strategy aligns to what objective in your marketing plan. Here is an example for Intel's microprocessor to achieve a high-level outcome. The strategy or approach they will take to achieve that objective, to become a category leader, and then one tactic they will employ to successfully achieve that objective. There are usually multiple tactics to achieve, usually one or more strategies for a single objective. Here is an example of 2 tactics each to achieve one strategy and one high-level objective. Be sure to align which tactics go with which strategy and which strategy aligns to what objective in your marketing plan. And this example shows one high-level objective that needs 2 strategies and 3 tactics to achieve those strategies. Do what is best to achieve your marketing plan.